everybody. Welcome to Jack's Treasures on Whatnot.
Hey,
it's been
guys.
a while.
Well, we're not on Whatnot. We're on YouTube
yeah.
today.
But See, I've already forgot
we
where
were
we are.
supposed to be on Whatnot earlier today. And a lot of people have been wondering where we've been. Well, I actually got COVID last week. And it hit me really, really hard. And it hit me really hard at the end of the week, too. So at the beginning of the week, I started getting it last Saturday. And man, it wiped me out. I mean, and it really wasn't that I felt sick or anything. It was that I had zero energy.
Yeah.
And so getting together to do any videos or anything like that just wasn't happening. Impossible.
We kept saying we should do it, but he didn't feel good.
And I would always just go and lay down and stuff. But we were able to get it done. I am on the amends. Is it men's? Men's. Yeah, I'm not on
for some
men.
reason we're doing that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not
either.
sure.
I don't know either, guys. But we were going to go live on Whatnot and YouTube to this morning at 10 o'clock, and it wasn't going to happen. We still moved all of our Whatnot shows, unless it was a raid train.
Which we did
do those. And yesterday, I want to tell you guys, that was probably the absolute hardest Whatnot show I've ever done. And it was 10 minutes only. And our item sold for $80 some odd. Plus we sold about 5 other items.
Thank you, Rita.
Yes. And
Betty.
Because she bought a bunch of the knives that we had in the bin.
And she keeps writing and asking about us, by the way.
I was absolutely wiped. It was incredible. I've never been that tired in my entire life. So I'm feeling a lot better today.
I didn't want to make him get up this morning and do that. I was like, I'm not setting an alarm this morning. We're just going to wake up when we feel like it.
But we are back. So we did miss the entire week. We didn't do Whatnot Wednesday. We didn't do our Friday. And we didn't do last Monday. We didn't do last Monday either. Or no, did we?
We didn't. No.
Oh my gosh. Wow, we were
had a whole
really
week
behind.
off of YouTube.
We are on Storage Unit Top 5. This is Monday, so it's Storage Unit Monday. Top 5 countdown, and then we have 5 left. That's it, okay? Which we always do an honorable mention in there. Yeah. As it's usually the honorable mentions are just ones that were really, really fun and that are associated sort of like with the one that we had.
Today, number 5 is
one of Tracy's all-time favorites, and one of us that got us started on getting into this massive, I don't know what you want to call it, but people started to think that we were like Rockefeller and whatnot in storage unit wars. I'm not lying to you guys. This when Tracy tells you about this.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, at the time this was the most expensive unit we had bought, because it was prior to the antique unit.
It might have been.
I'm thinking at the time it was the most expensive unit we ever had.
Well, I will tell you this: it was the most expensive unit they ever sold.
Yeah, it was.
He told me that.
Give or take, it was around $1,500.
Yeah,
I remember that.
We call this one our game figures
Alabama unit.
Alabama,
is usually what I call it.
And here's the biggest part of it: it had the worst original Charizard Pokemon card you could ever imagine.
Holographic, but oh my gosh, they if I would have sent this thing in to be graded,
they would have rejected it.
They wouldn't have even been able to give it a 0. I don't think
they would have probably said burn.
It was shredded
that would have been
around
the tile.
edges, shredded. It was creased in multiple spots.
Yeah,
it was awful.
It was
looked like it had been run over.
Yeah.
Mind you, I still sold that on eBay for around $80. I did it as an auction starting at $1 because I couldn't put a price on it.
We weren't about to do that.
No.
Because if we did that, if you did that, you said, well, I'm going to start it off at $100 or whatever and stuff. Somebody's going to get that and they're going to be like, I did not buy $100 worth of this trash.
I wish
it was literally, guys, when we saw this, we wanted to throw it away.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
but I knew somebody still wanted it. And I wish I would have saved my description because I talked that thing down as much as you could. I took all, however many pictures you can put up, 16, 24, I don't remember how many pictures you can put up.
24 now, but at that time
I took every picture that you were allowed to take. I mean, I covered it.
And I mean, that wasn't even, okay.
No, that wasn't the best thing in the unit by far.
wasn't even the worst thing in the unit by far. The unit that we go, so we got to go to Alabama to pick this unit up. And we rented a truck and we drove to Alabama to get this unit. And when we get to the unit, the facility, people that were working at the facility, I'm getting ready to pay. So I have my $1,600 to pay for this unit. And they're like, we can't do this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I bought the unit online. Here's your money.
Yeah.
And she goes, I've never done this before with this much money. And I'm like, okay. So she calls the owner of the facility. Okay. So the owner of the facility then comes down and proceeds to say, I've never had an auction sell this much ever. And I'm just sitting there going like, okay. And he proceeds to make me an offer to not clear out another unit, to buy a unit that didn't sell. No, nothing like that. He offered me the entire storage facility. Buy the whole facility. $3 million. He said. $3 million. I'm sitting here thinking to this guy going, I don't have $3 million.
Like, did you see our truck?
It was a U-Haul. It was a U-Haul
No,
truck.
it wasn't. It was our expedition.
We drove the expedition down there first, and then we came back with the U-Haul, so we had to drive to this place twice.
I don't know.
We call it our Alabama unit and stuff like that.
I've got some footage, which if I get up to it, I will try to pull it and stick it in here, because I found it on YouTube recently.
It was crazy.
Got some footage of it, and that's how I knew what we were driving, because I saw the expedition.
But I'm sitting there going like, do I look like Donald Trump? I don't have that kind of money. Are you kidding me? $3 million. He said, yeah, it's a deal. And I said, I bet it is, but I don't have that kind of money. So we get into this unit, and we come to find out that nobody has been in this unit for
like 15 years.
Yeah. And I will say that was a straight up lie. Because, yes, no human being had been in that unit in 15 years.
You'll see a pattern with some of the units that we buy.
Every damn termite, cockroach,
there were no rats. This was not a rat unit.
There were no rats. But every other bug you can think of. Not only were they in there, and most of them were dead, but their larvae or their homes,
shells, the exoskeletons,
everything was all in there. And we would open up, the guy packed all of these old vintage action figures and put them in old plastic garbage cans. And so I opened it up, horrendous smell, okay, which never ever, I don't think ever went away. I mean, we soaked these things.
That's what we did.
And vinegar and everything to try to get the smell off of these things. We were cleaning them. We had to clean them because all of the carcasses and stuff like that had dried onto the vintage. And they were vintage. They were like
80s and early 90s.
Yeah. Power Rangers. Star Wars, what was that? Biker Mice from Mars. Oh my gosh, I made so much money on Biker Mice from Mars from that thing. I mean, I think the Biker Mice from Mars almost paid for the unit, right?
It was so much. I mean, all of the cool stuff you could remember, but it was a lot of work.
Anything that was cardboard got thrown out.
Yeah.
Because it had been in there for so long that it stuck to the floor, deteriorated. It was
now gone. Where we got lucky, the luckiness was with the video games, because the video games were stored in plastic tubs.
Yeah.
So the video games were salvageable. We made so much money off the video games.
We probably made about $4,000 just on
PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 were the majority of them. All those old horror games, the Silent Hills, the things like that.
And he also had a lot of NES and Super NES games and N64s. It was just a miracle.
We made our money off the video games. The action figures we made money off of, but it was hard work. The Pokemon cards, bless their heart. Bless their heart. There's something else that I will say bless their heart that I also made quite a bit of money off of, and that was t-shirts.
Oh.
Remember the t-shirts?
Yes. Yeah. Believe me, we wanted to buy it. We would have bought that unit 15 years earlier.
Oh my gosh.
A heartbeat.
90s wrestling, tons of all over print, full color. I mean, these were amazing shirts. Every single one of them was stained, was chewed up,
holes.
I still sold them anyway. Sold them anyway.
It was one of those units where you loved the unit and you hated the unit at the same time. It was like you saw
the promise of that unit. Yeah. If you had gotten that unit before the cockroaches and the dust and the time.
Yeah, it was mainly the time that got it. From what we understand, the gentleman lived in Alabama and he moved to South Carolina. And he was paying on the unit and finally just stopped paying on the unit.
Nobody ever went into it.
He said to him, he goes, just sell it. I don't want to keep it up anymore. And when we went into that unit, it was just like, oh my God, we're going to not make our money back.
Toys, those were great.
We didn't think we were going to make a dime. When we saw the condition of everything in that unit, we were like, there is no way we were going to make any money. And then we found the video games. And we started cleaning like I said, they were tubs. I mean, big garbage cans, big round garbage cans.
Remember, that's when we took those shirts to the laundromat. That's what we took to the laundromat.
Yeah, we weren't even going to wash them in my washer. We weren't going to wash them in our own washing machine. We took them to a laundromat, which
there's stories with that too.
I'm telling you right now, guys, you want a viral video?
Just
go into a laundromat and record. Okay.
Laundromat in Dallas, Georgia.
God. It was so funny.
It was.
And stuff. But that was our fifth best.
I'm going to say one other thing that we got in there that I didn't mention yet. Remember what the lady was, what the world's biggest fan of? Duran Duran.
Oh yeah, Duran Duran. Duran Duran.
We had every Duran Duran album, every Duran Duran cassette, a ton of t-shirts, jackets, which I just sold the last one of those probably within the last year.
I still have two of them.
We sold one on eBay, on Whatnot.
I have one.
Okay, maybe we still have one.
I think I have one. Maybe I might be wrong.
Notebook after notebook after notebook of clippings and journal
magazines,
entries, which I sold all of those as well.
She did. She sold it all together as one big ephemera lot, and everybody was really happy. It was a 2-dayer. We had to drive down to it. The facility was in a little small town. I think it was called Rockdale or Rock Oak or Red Rock.
We pass by it every now and then going to Alabama, and I'm like, that's the town because
going to Florida.
There's one Burger King in it, so I always recognize
it by the
Burger King.
We've eaten at that Burger King twice. Yeah. We bought 2 storage units in the same area, but they were not at the same facility. And we had that was the other thing too. We could barely find the facility because the map, but the address on the facility had us driving into like a power plant, and stuff like that. And it was on the opposite side of the street than what the address was on the GPS. So we drove into like a secure facility of a power plant of some sort, and we had to turn around and go back out.
One thing you'll notice by us talking about these units, when we call in like our top units, it's not necessarily in money we made. It's just memorable enjoyment and everything to us. Because, I mean, I look back and I know, we made a heck of a lot more off the office unit than this one, but this one was just fun.
And like I said, the guy offered me the storage facility for $3 million. I'm like, I don't have $3 million. I laughed at that one.
That's the one we call the Alabama unit.
Yeah, and then our next one was a live unit that we bought at a live auction.
Honorable mention.
It's the honorable mention one. We bought this one at a live auction in Dunwoody, Douglasville, Georgia, off of I forgot the name. I don't know. It's
Extra Space Storage.
It's Extra Space Storage down there.
We've bought many there at this point.
We have. We were in there one time and they opened up a unit and it was a double. So there was a front and a back and nobody was bidding on it. And the auctioneer, Terry, wanted me to buy it in the worst way. He's like, look, I'll give you $5. You bid $5 and I'll sell it to you. And I said, I can't. There's nothing I can do with all of that stuff in there.
Furniture.
And a lot of it had to go to the dump because it was one of those old units. But this is one that we call...
I can't tell you what we call it because we call it the name of the person who bought it.
We called the Andahar unit.
Okay, that was one of his names. I can't remember if that was his first name or his last name.
I don't remember.
And we may be mispronouncing it.
We did.
We saw it in print.
This is also the first time I've ever done this on an auction. And I did it, and I regretted doing it, but I had to do it. Okay? In this unit were action figures. There were tons of action figures from Gears of War and Gears of War 2. And one of the action figures was a special edition, and I didn't know that. So when I listed all of these action figures, I went by my comps and everything like that, and I had it listed. And somebody sent me a message on it, and he said, is that the price for this action figure? I said, yes. And I said to myself, why did he ask me that? So I looked it up and I saw that, oh no, this was not the unit. That wasn't the action figure. The action figure that I had was a $350 action figure that I had listed for $29.99.
So he snatched that down fast.
I snatched it down fast after it sold.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
Oh my, I wouldn't have let you do that.
She wouldn't have let me do that.
No, we don't do that.
We don't. And I did it. And I apologized afterwards. I was so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I felt so bad for doing it. But it was like, oh my God, I'm about to give this guy, $320 worth of
Bad
profit.
Reseller.
Right
Bad
I'm
reseller.
awful. I suck. But this is the best part about the whole unit. The guy opens it up, and it's a live auction, so everybody's there that's live. And I'm standing over there, and I can see comic books off in the back. And there's a woman who says, quote, unquote, man, I can't sell these things for a nickel. And I'm like, okay. We got that unit for like $100.
Yeah. And it was a full unit. There was a dump run in it. I know there was an old dishwasher and some other junk, but it was a very, very solid unit.
Yeah, I wish I had that unit now today and stuff like that. But yeah, when I mean it had a lot of action figures in it, there were 2 tall boxes full of action figures that were not in any way, shape, or form or fashion destroyed or in bad condition.
They were mostly Gears of War and Death Note. Remember the Death
Yes.
Note? I think I sold most of the Death Note and you sold most of the Gears of War.
Yeah. But it was just phenomenally good. What a great unit. It was a live unit. It was a fun unit.
It was.
And I think we got like 4 units that day. So it was one of those where we just rented a truck and filled the truck with all of the units and stuff like that. And I think the other 3 units kind of sucked, but I know one of them had furniture in it that we kept for a long time. These really tall chairs. I don't know why we kept these tall chairs, but we had these really tall chairs for a long time. And I think we had like 4 of them too. I don't remember. There was a mattress. But Andahar, that was a great unit right there. So
a lot of fun.
Those are our 2 units for today. Next Monday, 10 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time, AM, we should be live on YouTube and on Whatnot doing our Final 4. Okay, Final 4.
We're doing them live?
Well, we're going to do this live, right?
No.
This is not going to be live? We're not going to,
No.
This isn't going to be, so we're going to keep doing this right here?
Yes.
I thought we were doing this as a supplement, as to take over.
No.
No, it's not.
No,
so we're
not
just going
at
to be
all.
on there just to talk about storage units.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing storage units Monday as a record and storage units questions and answers.
Yes.
So we're going to be on twice.
Right. Well, it doesn't have to be Monday. You're the one that chose Monday. But
Yeah, I chose Monday because it was storage units.
No,
and that's
we're
what we
not.
do on storage
No.
units Monday.
This video stays.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Anyway, like, share, subscribe, check out Stop Soldier Suicide and the Naughty Cat Cafe.
Leave us a comment down below. We would love to hear some of your comments about some of the storage units that you guys have gotten.
And we'll
what
be
would
back.
you have done with that Charizard? And what would you have done with that oops listing that I did?
I'd have shipped it.
Peace out from Jack Churches. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.